career professional, welcome to my YouTube channel where I teach you how to be a highly sought after career professional. Today I want to talk about a very interesting topic that a lot of people pretend does exist, and that is how to prepare for an interview. I mean, the right way to prepare for an interview. So several times people just jump into an interview session without adequately preparing for an interview. Now, remember that over several applications, say over 100 applications that may have come in for that job position, you were lucky enough to be hired for that role. Probably you came highly recommended, or your CV says you're that good and you deserve a chance to be heard, and then you get invited for an interview, but you make light of it and you don't prepare. So that's the reason why you could say, oh, I've been attending several interviews but no job yet. That's because you don't prepare. I mean, what you don't prepare for, you're not ready to handle, right? And you may just lose the essence of the whole thing. So here's how to prepare, the right way to prepare for an interview session. The first thing you want to do is to ensure that you understand the job description properly. A lot of people, especially those who were either referred for a particular job position or are used to applying to several jobs without documenting which they have applied for, fall into this trap. They may lose touch of what the actual job description is for that job role, or they may get too excited because they were referred and they feel, oh, it's gonna, I'm gonna skip some processes. No. Understanding the job position for a job you're about to be interviewed for will give you an edge to ensure that you prepare the right way for the interview. I mean, without the job description, what are you really preparing for, right? So understanding the job description, study it, look at the job description. Are there the duties in this job description that I have as my A game? What are the duties in this job description that complement where I have my A game or what I've been doing before, but I've not really had the opportunity to handle such in the past? Look at the skills you currently have from those jobs that you have your A game on and that you can transfer into, say, the duty. So for example, if you're applying for the role of an administrative officer and the current job description amidst all other duties of the administrative officer talks about you maybe handling logistics, travel logistics, or planning is a corporate event like a webinar or a conference or a seminar XYZ. And in your previous place of employment, you may not have been able to plan webinars or seminars or conferences, but you've been able to plan and schedule meetings internally and externally at your previous organization, and you've been able to handle travel logistics. Now, with the skills from these two different duties, you can position yourself to be able to handle corporate events, in as much as you've not done it in your previous place of employment. But you need to understand the job description of the job you're going to be interviewed for. Look at the duties you have handled in the past, the ones that you may not have handled, and look at the skills you have gleaned from those duties that you have your A game on to be able to help you handle the ones you may never have done before. So that's the first thing about the job description. Secondly, please do a research about your venue. The morning of the interview is not the time to run around in circles trying to find your venue. If you are informed about this interview, physical interview, way ahead of time, ensure that you know the venue. Ask questions if possible and you have the means. Please drive or take a cab, find your way to that location. Be sure that that's the place, so you can walk into the office, ask the receptionist questions and confirm. That way, the next day, you're not going to spend so much time trying to find venue. I've found people who missed interview sessions specifically because they couldn't find the venue. Sometimes they're within the area or on the street, same street, right? But they just can't find the house number XYZ. That happens. The next thing you want to do is do your research on the organization. It feels so yucky that you would come for an interview, you've got the skills, the competencies, and you ask the question, so what do you know about us? And you don't know anything. Sometimes you can't even pronounce the name of the organization well. Sometimes you can't even tell who the managing partner or the CEO or the board members are. You, in researching for the people, the organization, you also need to acquaint yourself with the people that may be interviewing you, right? Maybe the supervisor of the role, the person you're going to be reporting to, the supervisor of the department, or the HR manager, or the CEO, or the MD. Ensure you do your research. The next thing you want to do is practice for the interview. Sit in front of the mirror. Ask yourself questions and respond to these questions. As you practice in front of the mirror, you will remember scenarios in your current or previous employment that would give you an edge to be able to push forward certain skills and competencies that you have. So if you're somebody who is used to having stage fright, or you talk fast when you have people in front of you, or you start feeling some form of anxiety, ensure that you practice before the mirror. The next thing you want to do is ensure that you prepare your outfit for the next day. A lot of people come to an interview looking marvelously wonderful. I mean, for the lack of a better word, I don't want to use the wrong word. Looking amazing, looking so unprepared with haggard clothes, Clean up, guys, clean up. Ensure that you look clean, ensure you smell clean, ensure you're properly groomed, your hair, your beards, your makeup should not be overtly crazy. And be ready to interact. I mean, even if you meet people on the interview panel that are hostile, that may seem hostile, I'm not saying you should go laughing like Mr. Bean, no, but ensure that you're some kind of interactive, right? You lighten up, you try to feel comfortable, you try to, put your mind in a comfortable state so you can respond to interview questions properly. I hope you got value from this YouTube video. Kindly click the subscribe button below and send this link to your friend who is preparing for an interview. I wish you all the best and keep winning.